Hello friends and welcome back to TechnoSage. So before we start up with this video, I'll request you to please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so as to not miss any updates. So in this video we will talk about the vCenter, like how you can set up your vCenter server and can manage the ESX servers or the ESX host. So what is basically the vCenter server all about? So vCenter server is an application that enables you to manage your vSphere from a centralized location. Now, when I say the centralized location, it means that it acts as a central administrator points for ESX host and respective virtual machines. So as you can see on the screen, I am a user who's accessing the vCenter server through my web client, and this vCenter server is the centralized at a centralized location can manage all my ESX host. That means, like suppose I have three ESX hosts and each ESX host has its own virtual machines. So I can manage all those stuffs, all those ESX hosts and the respective VMs from a centralized location known as the vCenter server. So a centralized location will enable me not to log in directly to ESX host, different ESX host, but to directly manage each virtual machine from a single centralized location. So as you can see on my screen, this is the Windows virtual machine. So what I will do, I'll just connect my vCenter ISO to my virtual machine. I'll go to the removable devices option, and under that I have the CD DVD drive 1, and to that I'll connect the disk image file, that is the ISO. So now I have connected the ISO. I'll just go to the file explorer, and under file explorer go to this PC, and you will see that the ISO has been attached successfully. Just right click onto your ISO and click on install or run the program from your media. So this option will auto run the installer, and you can see the VMware vCenter installer being loaded up. So it has said that there is no prerequisite to be done, and just click directly to install. If there is some prerequisite that needs to be done on your system, it will just list out all the prerequisite, and you need to meet those prerequisite in order to install the VMware vCenter installers. So now click on to install. And now you can see that a welcome screen came up. So it's now waiting for the installer to complete initialization. So initialization is going on for the vCenter Server 6.7 installer. We'll wait till the initialization gets completed. So now the initialization completed. I'll just give the next. So this is the end user license agreement. I'll accept all the terms and click on next. So by default, I'm selecting the deployment type as embedded deployment. If you want to have the external deployment, one must need to have the platform service controller installed. Then only you can establish the external deployment. Otherwise, by default, I am just selecting the embedded deployment. So if there is some prerequisite that has not been set or that has not been satisfied, you will get the error on this page. So right now my all the prerequisites are set. I'm selecting the embedded deployment, that is vCenter server and embedded platform service controller, and I'll hit next. So this is my system name. So the system name, it is actually the full qualified domain name, which is the DNS. So how you can check this FQDN, that is the fully qualified domain name, is that you have the host name dot and your DNS name, so that you can check from your IP config or your host names section. So right now for my host name or for my system, it is the system name, it by default coming as correct only. I have verified it and I will hit on next. So it is giving me a warning. I'll just click on OK. I'll ignore the warning, and so now on this page, this is the vCenter single sign-on configuration, whereas you can see that the vCenter single sign-on domain name is vsphere.local, that will be common for all, and the vCenter single sign-on username is administrator. So your single sign-on name will be administrator @ vsphere.local. So I'll need to set the password here, I'll set the password. I'll confirm the password that I have set, and the site name is default first site, so I'm not changing anything here. I'll click on to next. So on this page it is saying that the vCenter service account, so enter the vCenter server service account information. Either you can use the Windows local system account, that is the administrator and your password, or you can specify a user service account. So by default I'm keeping as Windows local system account only. So what is the service account all about? You can read the description over here, that the vCenter server instance run in Windows local system account. So if because obviously if you install the vCenter on the system, it will take the credential that is that the vCenter will run through the Windows local system account. And if you want to run the vCenter services through other account, you can click on to specify user service account and can run through that. So by default I want my vCenter server service to run through Windows local system. I'll keep that and I'll hit next. So it is saying that what type of database settings I need to have. Use an embedded database, that is VMware Postgres, or if I have the external database, I can link that database through these options. So right now I am keeping everything by default. I'll hit next. Here are the port configurations. So these are default ports. I'm not changing anything. I'll hit next. So on this screen is the destination directory. That is where I need to install the VMware files. So I'm not changing anything. Install VMware Server with Embedded Platform Service Controller will be installed to Program Files VMware, and Embedded Platform Service Controller to store the data will be in the Program Data VMware. I'll keep that by default. I'll hit next. So it is for the customer experience improvement. You can join, you may join or you may not. So it depends upon you. I'm not selecting this option. I'll hit next. So here it is saying that it's ready to install, and it is giving me the system name, deployment type, and all those information that I have selected in the previous install screens. I will verify them and will hit install, and now the installation has started up. I'll wait till the installation gets over. So now you can see that the setup has been completed for the vCenter server. So there are certain post-install steps. The first being that by default, the vCenter server will be in the evaluation mode for 60 days. So once the evaluation period gets over, the server will expire and will disconnect from the vCenter server. All the hosts will disconnect from the vCenter server. So we need to get the license to come out from the evaluation mode. And second is that we can use the vSphere web client to manage the vCenter server. So we can log into the vCenter server, vCenter single sign-on administrator account like administrator at vsphere.local, as I mentioned earlier. That if we need to log into the vCenter server, we need to use administrator at the rate vsphere.local. So now I will click onto the finish to finish the installation, and now I will try to log into the vCenter server. So now what I did, I just used the full qualified domain name and I pasted it into the browser. So now it is saying that the connection is not private. I'll go to the advanced and will click on to proceed. So now you can see that the VMware vCenter screen come up. So I can either use the launch vSphere client, that is HTML5, or I can use the launch vSphere web client. So this is now depreciated, so I can't use the Flex one. I'll use the launch vSphere client HTML5 page. So here I can give my credentials and .local, and in the password section I'll give the password and I will give login. So now you can see that the vSphere client UI is started up. So now you can see that I have successfully logged into my vCenter server. On the top, you can see that this is the evaluation period, and there are expired or expiring license in my inventory. So I can purchase the license and can use that license to come out from the evaluation period. So in this way, you can set up your own vCenter server. So this is it from the video. I hope you like this video. Please do let us know in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, guys.